I'm not verified on Instagram, but I heard if you pay for verification, your content gets pushed out more. I've seen it on Threads as well, that if you give them money, then they'll like adore you more, which I don't like those parts. Also, when Instagram is rolling out new features, I get that they would want to reward people that use them, but sometimes it feels almost like a threat to a creator. Like if you don't use Threads, your content's gonna flop, right?
Just wanted to say thank you so much for still being here after a couple of seasons and more seasons to come. So make sure you comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's continue with the video. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're now watching Kinetic Outcome, and we are with Sasha.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
She does marketing, branding, content creation, aka digital content, and of course she's an online influencer. She does a lot of awesome content, and we're going to put the details in the description box. But anyway, quick introduction of yourself based on where you grew up, how did you get to where you are now, and how did you fall into branding and marketing?
Oh, that's a very long question, a very long answer.
Don't matter.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Siberia, Russia. I grew up there and I lived there for 8 years. Then my family and I moved to Spain, where I lived for a decade. And after that, I moved to Hong Kong, where I went to HKU and studied journalism and then double majored in marketing. I picked HKU because I actually graduated during COVID. So I couldn't go to the university that I planned to go to initially, which was in the US. It was too expensive. I quite liked Asia, like the idea of it, the business that it has, the opportunities that it has. And then also Hong Kong was, I mean, it kind of still is, the bridge between mainland China and then Europe. So my dad quite liked it. And I was like, okay, I'll go here. It's a very unique and interesting opportunity. And then after living here for 4 years, I really liked it. And I was like, I kind of want to stay to study, to work after studying. And yeah, what was that? Oh, how I got into marketing, right? I actually had a YouTube channel when I was 13 years old. And it was a one-man team. So I was doing the editing, like the filming, the content creation, but also the strategy. So collaborations with companies and different creators. And then my dad told me, you know, you're actually doing like marketing. You're marketing yourself. You're building your own business, your own brand. And I was like, oh, really? That's a job? This is so cool. I got the hang of it already. And I thought it would be fun to get to know it on a deeper level and actually study it, because marketing is also like a little bit of like psychology, how consumers think, like geographical things, like different markets in Asia and Europe. I find it fascinating, and I love even watching video essays about different companies. So that's how I got started on it. And then I continued with my social media account. I switched around a little bit. And yeah, now I have my Hong Kong Instagram account.
Okay, so you started from 13.
Yes.
And when did your dad start telling you that you're actually good at doing it? Was it like at 14, 15,
Yeah,
16,
I think at 14, 15. It was soon after, because my account did pretty well. I think it took me like a year to get my first 1,000 followers. And then later on, when I was around 20K, I think 20K, and then I did some like competitions with KFC. Like KFC did a sponsored competition in Russia. I did that. It was like the biggest competition ever. There was like the top creators from Russia. And that's when I think he saw I had a lot of potential in that area. It's not really reflecting on my social media account in Hong Kong yet, still trying to tap into the market, but I'm having a blast, so it doesn't matter. And he saw that I knew what I was doing, not just like filming what I want and then posting it. There was strategy behind it. So he kind of gave me guidance. Because previously I wanted to be an actor, which I think is every parent's like worst nightmare. So he was like, oh no, don't do this. You know, you're actually really good at this one, try this. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I think that's how it was.
You can still create content based on your own written scripts and
yeah,
acting.
It's still kind of like it, right?
Viewers.
I still act on camera, but it's still not as risky as what I would have been doing if I had pursued my career in America, in California.
Okay. And now you've been pursuing this for a career path, right?
Not exactly. I did have a thought about doing social media full time, but my account was just not on that level yet, and a lot of companies in Hong Kong are not prepared to pay creators. I was recently contacted by a pretty big company, and in the email they said they're backed up by Jockey Club. It's their sponsor. They rent it out. If I don't want to reveal it too much, maybe I can say it and you can bleep it if you want. M+. So they rented out Picasso paintings from like Malaga. They brought it in. They're sponsored by Jockey Club, but then they said they don't have the budget to pay a creator. And I was like, okay, I see. So I think money-wise, it's not too good. A lot of creators in Hong Kong do struggle with it because everybody just wants barter. Like, oh, we'll give you this makeup product or this, and then you just film content for us. Spend 10 hours of your life on it. And I'm like, That's so unfair.
Or
And
sure,
then-
I'll do the content. Give me 5 of the paintings though.
Yeah, that too, right? And then I just sell it to the black market, you know? But I see their strategy, but I think they don't realize the potential of smaller creators and the impact that we have over like large creators with like 1 million followers that cost more, but then don't have a deeper connection with their audience. And then also just not to pay a person you're working with is kind of douchey, but they don't see it that way.
Here's the tough part though. It's so hard to distinguish, or sometimes you can. It just depends on how they strategize it. Which account has at least 10 to 20% fake followers and likes and comments, but some actually overdo it. They have 50% and above.
I didn't think
Because
of
even
that.
your favorite artists, the battle now is how much influence, right? At least 10 to 20% of these famous artists, including Taylor
followers?
Swift or DJ Khaled, all of them have some form of
That's-
fake following.
I actually did not
It's
know
a reality
that.
in the business.
I did not consider that. Yeah,
Yeah, because also like musicians at one point were fake streaming in Spotify so they can earn the royalties, and they actually make a lot of money with that at one point.
to push themselves forward,
Not
right?
anymore, I think, because
Yeah.
they kind of like found out, right? So there's dating apps like how Tinder started, right? Fake profiles. But
It's
people
still
assume
a
it's
lot of
real,
fake
so a
profiles, I
lot
heard.
more people make real accounts. So there's a lot of that as well. We're not sure we're paying this person. Do they really have that much influence? We can't tell.
I think also in terms of engagement, the engagement's not very stable. So I do get it, like from a business perspective, I understand, but simply saying there's no budget, no room for anything, not even a smaller fee, it just feels very fraudulent, kind of, especially when you see what they have, renting out big places, this and this.
They have the budget.
They have the budget, but they just don't have the budget for you because they think you will do it for free. And I think, like, to some extent, I don't mind it. Like, there's been companies I work with for free, and it was fun. Like, Lush, for example, didn't pay me, but I got a lot of bath bombs. I work with the gym, I get free membership. That's really sick. But then if it's like for something I don't need in my daily life, it won't improve my life in any way, there's no benefit for me to just take it for free. I'm just doing free labor. But that's too much on money. I don't want to talk about that. So yeah, basically there's not much room for me to rely on it as a stable career right now. Maybe in like 20, 30K, yes. But I'm also not, I don't want to put myself in the position where I'm living in one of the most expensive cities in the world and I'm relying on like a brand to finally agree to my rates. I think that's very unstable. And also I just graduated. I spent 4 years getting a degree. I would like to work for a big company, which is where I'll be starting in a few days actually, which is so exciting. But yeah, I do want to see how, what fascinates me more isn't making my own content. It's more of like what happens on the other side of that. So if I'm working with Lush, I want to see how they operate, how they, every time I meet a representative from a company, I'm like, how do you contact a lot of like influencers? What do you do? Spreadsheets, this and this. I want to know on their end how that works, how campaigns are created. I want to help creating that campaign. And then on my side, I can just make a little video like for fun. But then full time, I want to be working on big global campaigns.
Okay.
So that's where I'm headed.
Okay, 2 things. One is Jackie Chan, as an example, in his like early days, he took any job. And he says even though he felt cheated with his pay, all he cared about was the exposure, which led him to the bigger opportunities. That's just extra points to share.
Yeah.
It's up to you what you'll decide on.
I'll
But
comment on
second is
that.
when I asked you earlier, I actually meant corporate as well.
Oh, corporate.
So yeah, but anyway, at least you answered the part where it's
Yeah.
it's on just being an influencer, right? Now on the corporate side, what's the goal? You want to be like director of marketing or?
Okay, I don't know in terms of like positions and hierarchy. I think somewhere pretty high up where I still have creative freedom, but I can also kind of like where I can manage my own projects and collaborate with other creatives on any project. So because I think if you're lower down in the hierarchy, you don't have that much creative freedom, or you do, but it's not as much, for example. So I just want to be in that comfortable spot. I'm not aiming for like the vice president or like something like that, the head of like whatever. As long as I can do what I love to do and like I can live a comfortable life, that's my goal, I'd say. And also you can cut this up about Jackie Chan. I did actually take a lot of like free jobs, but it got to the point where I was really overwhelmed and it was just, I got really burnt out, which is why I took a break because I was just helping everybody out for free and then at the cost of my mental health. So now I'm kind of like, I don't need more of it. I think I already have a really good portfolio. It's like 20 pages long, so I don't need more.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's fine.
I'm not being like selfish. Like I've done my part, and now I'm like, okay, I have my portfolio.
That's
yeah.
okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Because as an artist, the worst we would get paid before was like 200 for
HKD?
one performance.
HKD, right?
Yeah. And the highest so far that I've earned as a talent fee for just 10 minutes on stage is 5,000.
Damn.
But I hope I can do better.
For how much? 5 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's.
Just hyping the crowd, perform one song. And
I think that's
yeah.
good. Like, I mean, I don't know the rates, but I would be quite proud of that. That's
yeah,
really
but
sick.
it took me 20 years.
Damn. That's not even, my rate was never as high as that for a whole video.
It's like his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. In 2000, what, 1 or 2? To 20 years later.
Okay,
Finally.
congratulations. That's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
But 200 is a bit.
But super popular people get paid way more, maybe like 20,000,
Yeah.
50,000 for 2 free songs.
I look at the rates and I'm thinking, like, if I got paid just as much as this one person gets paid for one video, I could like quit any job, right? To get paid like 3,000 USD for one video, and I'm like, damn. But I understand I'm not at that level yet, so I'm not even comparing myself. It's more of like a, wow, like they really got there. It's really cool. So I wish you the best in that sense as well.
Appreciate it. The creative side, though, you did say you have a background, right? Like creating videos. Highlight videos, corporate videos, you can range as low as 4,000 to 8,000 per
video.
project. So if you have 5 projects in 1 month, and that's 8,000 each, still pretty decent. But you're gonna have to stick to freelance because you need a flexible schedule.
Of course.
And lots of editing time. Okay, but I want to dive deep into the influencing part and building the followers. Like, what are the trends that you're seeing? Because right now you're mainly using Instagram, right? And you use YouTube in the past way more. I don't know now. Do you still use YouTube?
No, I try to, but I think.
Yeah, because it's different now.
It's different.
Compared to the way it was.
Yeah, I'm not, like, sometimes it is a bit demotivating when I don't get as many views as I did in the previous video. So I'm just focusing my energy onto Instagram. And then YouTube's like, I should be honestly using it, but there's a lot happening in my life, so I'm like, this is just one more social media that I don't need right now. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was Gary Vaynerchuk, but he says now we're in an interesting time where it's no longer based on how much followings you have, it's based on how viral that video can get.
Yeah, that is true. That is.
So you're kind of on the right track with that. I am not, because I'm not constantly doing content. It's more like posting more photos.
A real
right?
job right now, right?
Actually, I'm also self-employed here. I'm not a corporate staff.
Yeah, but you're probably like still doing big boy stuff, right? I'm just my entire day is just editing. I wake up, I gym, I have class, and then I edit the whole day.
Okay.
So it's very different. Yeah, I think my video schedule will like be a lot worse once I start work. Yeah, but I'm very like I don't have anything to do.
It is tough. I mean, I do my best to like, let's say I have one project where I want to post reels, and if it's going to be me speaking to the camera, I'm going to push myself to film 9 to 12 videos.
In one go?
In one go.
Damn, I don't even do that.
Because I want to be productive.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I have 2 hours in this room. I'll write all the ideas. I'll get it all done. So soon enough, I'm going to get my own room as a branch manager, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to do that a
That's
lot
sick.
so I can post more content.
Okay, that's very
Because
nice.
the more you have to manage, the more you have to manage what you put in your time. So actually, when people have more to do, they get more productive if they actually focus 100% or 1,000% in that 1 hour or 2 hours.
I agree.
So it's a lot easier because you got AI tools now, right? So I'm subscribed to a website. It used to be 𝑉IDYO.ai. You can still type it, but they changed the branding. And you can handle your social media schedule there and just pay a yearly fee that's not too expensive and upload your videos, and it will chop it all for you in different types of reels, or you just put all the quick videos that you done and it's going to transcribe everything in all languages.
I think I don't know what's wrong with my voice, but when I use the AI tool in Premiere Pro, it doesn't like understand what I'm saying exactly, so I still have to spend a good time on subtitles changing.
Yeah, I do
those.
that too.
Really? Okay.
It's not 100%.
Yeah, no,
Like,
sometimes like
even if you're like super fluid with what you're saying and fluid.
I see it even if I
Still has
articulate
mistakes.
really well, I speak so slowly, it gets most of it, but not all of it.
90%.
Especially if I'm saying something like 𝘽𝙧𝙖𝙘𝙤 or Mongkok, it says something like, because
that
AI
they
doesn't
won't.
know that,
They won't.
right? So I always have to go back. And sometimes I miss it as well. And
It's way better though, because way back season 2, I edited most of the videos for
Handmade
this.
subtitles?
I had to type everything and then go to the application or software and just copy paste.
That's hard.
Copy paste.
I'm glad
copy, paste. And it's
that
like a
we have
30-minute
AI.
video or more.
and then you render it. So imagine how many hours.
It's hard for me even with a 1 minute and 30-second video. So
Yeah.
I cannot imagine for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was way
much.
worse back then.
That's
so
horrible.
It's a lot better now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I wanted to actually have you explain what you think has been changed since you started on YouTube and the way it is now, and also what you think has been changing in terms of trends in the social media platforms. I mean, LinkedIn as well has been changing. Lots of organic views, and YouTube Shorts, Instagram, what has been different from the last year or 2 years and now? Just maybe like strategic tips that you think would be good to know.
Yeah, I think, so since I started, I was making more of like comedy content, lifestyle content, and DIY content. It was just everything I like to do. It was very different. So we didn't have Instagram Reels back then. There was no TikTok. I think Musical.ly was just a thing, but that's very different, right, to what I was doing. And then when I started Instagram, I actually did it was food related only. So I wasn't a part of those trends. But the more I'm on Instagram, the more I see people are doing like vlogs and the behind the scenes. But what's been popping up recently is higher quality content, like with high quality cameras, script work. So I'm also trying to change my subtitles accordingly. A lot of sound effects, if something like is a bit sparkly, it's a bit blurry, of like blurry edge. People are really investing into their camera quality. However, I found that in Hong Kong, audiences don't really resonate with that. They don't really care for the quality. You see a video that's been filmed by an auntie in the MTR, it goes completely viral. And then if you put 10 hours into your video, that can absolutely flop. So I think, and I've also spoken to other content creators in Hong Kong, and they say the Hong Kong audience doesn't, not that it's not ready for it, I'm sure people appreciate it, but they just don't care for it that much. I think Hong Kong people just want to see something that's Hong Kong related, because they like the Hong Kong representation. So they don't care how much effort you put into the video, like to an extent, if you film with a Canon or your iPhone or your Android. In terms of trends, so as a higher quality, I think it's supposed to be longer form content, because as the CEO of Instagram said, you can do 3 minutes on IG now. No one has gotten that update yet. So that's something that's interesting, but it's something that I'm looking forward to. Maybe can like develop my content, include more stuff in it. But again, I noticed that my shorter videos do a lot better than when I pack more info into a longer video. So I'm still exploring. You asked me this question, but I'm not sure what to say like definitively. I'm still trying to see what's happening. In terms of LinkedIn, I've noticed people talk more casually. It's more like tips rather than here's my achievements. It's like, this is what I've noticed. Here's these tips. They also post like Instagram videos now on LinkedIn, which is very weird. But respect for the hustle, you know.
So if you find yourself in this clip, that means you're still watching the video. So thank you so much. Make sure you click that subscribe button. And also, when you're interested in videography services, make sure you hit up Edwin Mendoza. Links and everything is in the description box, including myself, of course. You know I do financial advice. So if you need any help with insurance, retirement, got questions, anything else, just let me know. Feel free to reach out. So thank you so much. Let's continue.
Yeah, I think just more personal content. And then more funky angles. That's what I've seen. I can't do that yet, but people do the over-the-top shot, and that's apparently going really viral. Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot of, for example, if you're like super popular, 5 things that you should know about Sasha. Then, ding, then
I think if you're popular, you shouldn't care about the trends, right?
I mean,
Maybe,
me talking about you sort of thing. Like those normally is that, or free things that will really help you make more money for your
because
retirement.
it keeps people watching till the end of the video.
Yeah. It's the hook.
But it doesn't.
It's all these like
the hook, but I don't always.
I don't know.
I heard it's also like, you grab something and you're like, hi, or like you grab a bottle, or like you're cooking, or you put your lavalier mic on a funky item. But I don't really. I'm a little bit lazy in that sense. Like I plan my videos, but not that much. So I don't want to sit down in front of my camera and like grab a lavalier mic on a flower and be like, hello, you know. But maybe you can because you have all the setup. Yeah. So something that you watch and you're like, why is he holding that with a lavalier mic? And then you don't realize it, but you've already watched like half the video.
because of that mic.
Yeah, because you're like, what's happening? Who is this guy? And then you talk very like in a very entertaining manner. I think it's just like a bunch of things. I think your subtitles, if they're like funky enough, I don't think they have to be as high quality as the US influencers are doing, honestly, especially for the Hong Kong market. I'm not like shitting on the Hong Kong market, I'm just saying, like I haven't seen those trends in any other creators' like videos. But yeah, it's just all about the grabbing attention, and then the viewers just like sucked into your video suddenly and by accident. You know what I mean?
That is
Yeah.
how it is, though.
Yeah, that is. You don't realize, but you've watched half of it, and it's beneficial to you. Because if half already is watched, Instagram knows that your video is actually good enough, and then they promote it more.
Oh yeah, they said this. Gary again. He says if you post, especially on IG for the algorithms, if you post reels and it gets 2,000 views and above, then that means it's approved by the algorithm.
Oh,
But
I
at
didn't
some
know that.
point it does slow down, right? Then now this video, since it reached 2,000 views or above, it's worthy for your budget for advertising. But if it didn't even go beyond 1,000, then don't advertise that.
Yeah, I think I also do the same. If I do put ads on my videos, I see what is performing well, what brought me like a certain amount of followers, and then I see the potential it has, and then I push it more. If the video flopped completely, it sucks, but I just have to kind of let it be. I'm like, okay, well, that was not my best work. Never again, I guess. Or maybe I'll do it again, but better, you know? So you have to
Okay.
be very strategic with everything. I don't think it was a very good response for you because I think Instagram strategy is all over the place right now. Like, people are trying different things. And in terms of what I'm interested in, it's a lot of different genres. So I see trends from very different creators, and I don't know how to apply that to myself or give you advice. Because someone's doing this and it's going viral, but if they tried it in this category, like lifestyle, that would flop, right? If lifestyle crossed over to like filming, that would flop. So you just have to see. Yes, I don't know. That's why I haven't gotten like too viral yet, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a trick question.
Oh.
I hope not,
Okay.
but it just came to my head, right? So if you had the chance to change the world's platforms for marketing and advertising, what would you change? And in the past, for your experience with the past platforms that you use, what would you bring back?
Oh my God. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that is a tough question.
Yeah.
It happened.
What would I change for the better? Because I know Instagram
Yeah.
has been playing around a lot. Like, because with every change, there's a really big negative that I've seen so far. Like, even with Instagram trying to give light to more smaller creators, what happened actually was everybody's views just dropped. And then the small creators were small for, like, some of them were posting good content and it helped push, but the push wasn't enough. Everybody lost like thousands of views, and then the smaller creators got maybe 100 more views. So I quite like, I guess, on YouTube, but YouTube is pushing out a lot of smaller creators, which I really appreciate. Sometimes I watch content and I don't realize how little followers the account has, but the quality is so good and it feels great that YouTube has given the smaller creator the opportunity, and then I'm hooked. So I like that aspect. It's not an aspect in the past, but I would maybe bring that to Instagram. What I would do is like maybe push more on the watch time, because the better videos have a longer watch time, right? Something like that, or maybe somehow use AI to identify the higher quality videos like visually, and maybe push those as well. In terms of marketing also, I think what I would do is improve Instagram's advertisement, the way they advertise videos, the way you can advertise videos, because they have AI to help you identify your target audience, and they never get it right. I've run ads before, and I got a lot of Spanish old men following me, and I think it is because I grew up in Spain, so maybe my Instagram is a little bit based in Spain, but I was just seeing like a lot of followers, and a lot of them, depending on different ads I ran, it was a lot of like Thai Indonesian men, and I was advertising in Thailand and Indonesia because I like advertising in the APAC region. But if I had to be very biased looking at the account, seeing like, and I post like videos on like a girl running around Hong Kong, and I see people that are completely not my target audience, like I still know who my target audience is. It would be people like not above 30. And then just seeing that, it felt very wasteful to be paying Instagram money to trust them with AI, and then to get elderly men like that are in Europe, right? Maybe Thailand, maybe they actually do like my content in Thailand.
There's a
but
term in Philippines called DOM.
DOM?
Dirty old man.
That's what it felt like. And then I felt gross because I don't want to delete my followers, and like I want to trust that maybe they genuinely like my content. But it is a very weird vibe to see like plus 100 followers, all of them elderly and abroad, and it is like it's just not right, and it feels like Instagram should do better given how much data they take from us.
So you need to get more women followers too.
Yeah, my following is 50-50 now actually, which is like, I don't know, I've had my guy friends make fun of that, I guess, but I don't really care. I don't like have a gender target audience. I guess I would be more appropriate for girls because it's kind of girly. I'm not that like, I don't know, more girly when I film, but I don't mind guy content. I have a lot of guy friends, as in guy followers, right? I don't discriminate towards genders. It's more about the age, and I think your interest. That's what matters most to me. And then just doing my own personal research visually, felt very betrayed by the Instagram algorithm. And then what I would bring back, I don't know, nothing.
What about the Instagram layout that recently changed?
Actually, I don't mind it. Everybody gave it so much shit. I quite like it because I always struggled to fit my nice photos into that one little 1x1 blog. So now it's bigger and you can see more of my face. I'm like, this is perfect. More of Sasha. It's great. I don't mind it.
I mean, I like the fact that it's wider. It's just a lot of people curated their...
Yeah, but that's not, I mean, you can go back and change it, I
You
think.
can, but I scrolled all the way. And thing is about Instagram, when you're trying to go to the really, really old posts, it usually gets stuck or hangs. And also, some photos, when you go to that feature of like fit, it actually doesn't do it. So some photos are like stuck forever like that.
Oh, yeah.
Not all of it can be changed.
I think your account was very curated, right?
Yep.
You're in your account. Okay, so you were victim to that. Yeah.
There's a
was just
lot
on
that
this.
were like, oh, so pissed.
I've
But
seen K-pop stans and
Oh,
have a
wow.
very curated K-pop feed, and it just looks really bad.
yeah.
Like I feel bad for them, but personally I don't mind. But it did feel very random and sudden and unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like no one asked for it. I think like it was like Instagram was known for the 1x1, and then they just changed it.
They were
It's
like,
just
oh, we're
videos.
not getting much engagement. We need more engagement. Let's piss them off by changing
Okay.
the
but I don't think
way
the
things are, so
engagement-
more people will like log in and like start switching their. I don't know.
That's a strategy.
That's a joke.
Okay. Oh, really?
But it might be. You know,
probably because there was no benefit for anybody, right? Yeah.
It wasn't an improvement. It was just to piss people off.
It was just like a thing they did, and then they're like, you can change it back if you want to. It's like, why would you even do this? I don't
know.
mind again, but it is a bit strategy-wise.
It would have been nice if they announced that we're going to have two types of formats for your profile, and you can select to keep the old one, or you can also select to change to the new one.
I heard they're also going to be taking down highlights from accounts. I haven't seen that yet, but that's the thing. Or like some people have different highlights where it's like also squares or rectangles. I don't have it, thankfully. I think that's horrible.
What highlight?
You know, like highlights when you have story highlights right under your profile.
Oh, the circle?
Yeah, the circles.
So they're removing that too.
Yeah, so some people said they'll remove it. My sister has it, so it's like a rectangle. So instead of this, it's very like your profile just looks messy.
Rectangle now, not circle.
Yeah,
That looks
but
good.
I don't think they pushed forward with that. I think they just
They're
did a
like-
test. It's just weird, like
Illuminati.
you know what I mean?
We're watching your content.
I just
Yeah.
think- I don't like it. I don't like.
Okay. You know what I would bring back? Because I was an artist on YouTube, more proactive in the early 2000s, 2004, I think 5, 6. That was when YouTube was just new. We didn't have Google AdWords, so we didn't do advertising. It was really focused on what the crowd is watching. And there's no like spacing where since you're paying, you'll be on top.
Oh.
It was just which is popular, that's what's going to be on top.
Okay.
Right? So there was top 10 most viewed videos worldwide, or I think top 20. And then if you choose a category like hip hop, the rappers that I met through YouTube was usually the top 10, or I don't know if there's a top 20, but top 10 I remember there was. And we were messaging each other for each other's accounts and like, hey man, let's collab. So everyone was more like, it was more of a Facebook thing actually.
Oh, I see. It was more chill in that sense.
Yeah, and it was so easy to make friends. You rap? Okay, let's make songs together. And then rappers started making content where it's a contest. If you pass this contest, you're the first prize, then you're gonna get this much money. Then you're gonna have a track and you'll be able to collab with me, or two artists will work together. So it was more like community based where it wasn't really money oriented. But now it's very, very advertising.
Let me bounce off of that,
Yeah.
actually. I'm not verified on Instagram, but I heard if you pay for verification, which I want to do at some point, but right now I feel like it's just going to look a bit silly with my 10K.
The tick.
Yeah, the take. That your content gets pushed out more. I've seen it on Threads as well, that if you give them money, then they'll like adore you more, which I don't like those parts. Also, when Instagram is rolling out new features, I get that they would want to reward people that use them, but sometimes it feels almost like a threat to a creator. Like if you don't use Threads, your content's gonna flop, right? Or people are not gonna find you through Threads and go to IG. If you're not gonna post these kind of videos, it's gonna flop. And sometimes like I don't want to. I think also sometimes viewers aren't ready for it, or they just don't want to like see new content. Like they like what you post, right? Why would you suddenly like double the length of your content? Maybe sometimes like I'd want to try it, but it feels very this or you fail, just because we're having fun switching up meta. I don't like that. I think it's like if you want to do it, you do it. You use it for fun, right? It's just to make the platform better, not to like change. It's like they're controlling the creators. That's like something I wouldn't want to change. So it's kind of like with the meta as well. Pay them.
Then you can go into restaurants. Yeah.
Exactly. That's my thought. I'm vaccinated. I'm vaccinated.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next question is. Okay, I don't know if this will be a hard question for you, but with the way you curate your content, what do you think makes you unique in the way you approach this creativeness compared to what you've seen?
I've actually asked my friends this so many times. I was like, what's my POD? Please let me know so I can leverage it. I think definitely my editing style. I have a very distinct font. I made my own font through my handwriting as well. I have a specific opacity filter that I put on my text, which I haven't seen anybody use. It's not the most like creative thing in the world, but it is very distinct to me. And as I said, I've been watching a lot of US creators, so I'm trying to like take that and make it my own style, which I haven't seen anybody do in Hong Kong yet. And also I think my personality, maybe in a sense, I'm not sure how much is shining through right now through my current content, but I would think, or I think a lot of local people expect white people to not really care about Hong Kong and just kind of like be in central and like that area. I am largely in that area because I'm unemployed, so I don't really travel anywhere. That's, you know, for now, right? But my favorite food is actually Hong Kong food. Like I love exploring food. I don't like Western restaurants in Hong Kong, to be honest, or any Western restaurants. I don't do any of those activities. I have my boyfriend and my friends are all locals. I don't have any expat friends. So I think everything I do is like more localized. We go to like the jungle gyms that he used to go to growing up, right? Again, I'm not sure how much it shines through in my content, but I think it's less of like, let's go to the peak and eat at this restaurant where you can get pasta for $300. Like, I don't like that. But again, I'm not sure if I'm making content about that too much right now. So I like the same personality. Again, not sure how much it shines through my content. But I don't think a lot of girls online like show their true side, I guess. It's very curated, very girly, very like hee like.
Because that's what, in like slang terms, that's what's popping.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the content that's getting the views.
But the thing is, like, I like that. I love it a lot. But I have like a funnier side to me, right? Not to sound like a pick me, but like everybody does, right? You say some like crazy shit, you're swearing, right? I think a lot of girls also don't swear. I don't think it's my POD per se, but it does make me different. Like I was making a reference to Remy and then I just edited a green screen of a rat on my shoulder and did that. Like I made an advertisement for a nail salon and I was like, let me tell you something, and I edited that, let me tell you something in the video. I think a lot of people don't expect it from me. I've heard it as well from friends that like their first impression was that I'd be like a reserved little girl, but then actually like I'm a bit out of pocket. It's not uncommon, but people don't showcase that, especially influencers online, the out-of-pocketness. So maybe that's maybe why I would be okay with like male followers like following me, right? Because they see I'm not like, we're going to Pilates. It's like, no, here's me like eating ratatouille and feeling like Remy from like with a rat on my shoulder. I think like more chill, I guess, but I don't know how much that comes off. Like if you can actually tell that I'm like that. I hope so, because I don't want to be like perfectly curated. You know, like I say stupid things and I'd like to include it. I'd like to swear in my content. Yeah. It's not a big deal on a grand scale of things, but maybe in Hong Kong, the people that I follow don't do that. So I'd like to be like, I'm more relatable because
Well, Gary does it a lot.
Who?
Gary.
Who's Gary?
I told you Gary Vaynerchuk, right?
Oh, the one from the US.
He's like, fuck!
No, but like what I'm saying is like female, right?
Fuck, man!
Because there's a stereotype of like girls being very calm and collected. And I just, like, I'm not always
You
like
just
that.
want to be genuinely you.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I think a lot of people aren't.
Like how I am in rap. I don't like following the trends. I don't want to rap about the
Yeah,
trends.
you just do what you want to do, right? Even if it sounds very
I just
stupid.
want it real.
Exactly.
You know, if I feel funny now and I'm really enjoying this life, it's kind of like comedic, then I'm going to rap about really funny stuff.
Yeah.
But if I'm having a serious moment, I want to rap about that.
I think it can have like a downside of people, like you don't fit into that box, so then people are like, this is weird. But I feel like usually it doesn't really, what's the word, like, it doesn't backfire. Like if you're yourself and it's kind of funny, because I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. So if I kind of show it, people will like it. And I've had some of my friends like, this is not important for the video guys, but someone posted saying they're scared of Hong Kong balconies, and I just come like, do a flip. I don't know, I feel like it's like a 30-year-old woman, and I'm like, do a flip. I don't know, I think it's funny. I mean,
funny.
it
is funny if she really does it.
No, okay, well, I'm not responsible for that. You know, like I think I'm funny,
No,
my
like,
boyfriend thinks I'm
there's something
funny,
that'll
that's
catch
all.
her off, you know? She just
Maybe.
jumps and then
Through the wet market, like
she's alive.
tents,
Yeah.
she just bounces like cartoon
that
style.
would get millions of views.
That would get millions of views, but I hope I don't get sued for like pushing her to do it, you know. She's a
Okay.
great lady, you know, we're online friends. Anyways,
Okay, cool. So,
do you think I'm funny?
Hmm?
Do you think I'm funny?
I mean, I never really hung out with you long enough to know.
Just want that validation.
Maybe this
now
Saturday?
that I said everything.
Maybe
okay.
this Saturday?
Is this a kind of a bribe, right? You'll tell me I'm funny if I go on Saturday?
Not exactly. We'll just find out.
Okay.
I mean, it naturally just happens, right? Because when we first met, we didn't really talk too much either.
No,
It's
it
more
was
of like an
at a
introduction,
party,
just enjoying
LKF,
the drinks,
yeah.
and you get dragged on for the next person to talk to, then
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'll
Cool,
watch some
cool.
of my videos and let me know if you think I'm funny.
Okay,
I
I
feel
watched
like I need
some
that
only,
now.
but not most.
Was it funny?
I'll check more.
Was it funny?
No, I watched more of the serious ones.
Ah, shit. Okay,
Right.
that's very different. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Cool. I guess just a few more questions. So, 1 to 5 years from now, where do you see yourself pursuing this, though? Pursuing this.
Career-wise,
Like,
right?
would you be running your own business after you become very, very good at what you do, or?
Okay, so in 5 years, if we're going 5 years, I'll be 28. I think I'd love to work for myself because I actually, I like the idea of having a structured schedule, but I also like waking up at whatever time I want, like reasonably, right? And doing that, but I don't know if 5 years is enough for me to pursue it like on my own. I'd love to keep pushing that content, and in an ideal world, I'd love to have a good job at a pretty good company, like do what I love in that sense, and then have my Instagram account as a place where I can like leverage my creativity and just do what I want and like turn off my corporate brain and just do fun stuff like going to a cafe and filming about it. But hopefully that can maybe be bringing me more money where I can like double my income. That would be really sick because, you know, Instagram does reward creators with a bigger following. So hopefully by that time I can have like double the income. I can then support my future family in that sense. But I'm not sure if I want to be doing it full time. I don't want to quit it. I don't have a plan to quit it. But it's more about the stability and also like not driving myself crazy because I don't have a management team at the moment, right? I know big creators do, but it's all on me. Getting a brand deal is on me. Communicating with the brand is on me. Making sure I get paid enough is on me. Content is on me. And doing that every single day, at the moment, it doesn't sound very appealing. I like the idea of like, oh, my boss tells me, do this job. We work on it, we do it, I get paid the same, right? It's very stable. So at the age of 22, almost 23, I'm attracted to stability and creativity, and a corporate job offers me that more. Whereas my Instagram account is just creativity. So in 5 years, I'd like to have a very impressive job title so I can like make my dad proud, and then still make my mom happy by making cute content for her online. So I think it's like that. Maybe in like a decade, but in a decade things would really change, right? So it's very hard to predict those
and
things.
it's changing way faster
Yeah.
now.
So now that I even said, I feel like 10 years it would be something crazy. But I don't know. I don't want to put myself on a very strict path because clearly my path has not worked out for me originally, where I wanted to go to the US, study film. And it's better that it hasn't worked out. So I think just going with the flow and like...
If it didn't work out, I won't be here with you. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm very happy with how things did work out. So I just want to follow every opportunity as it comes. Like, I don't have a 5-year plan. I just want to be happy and like kind of rich. That'd be sick. And maybe have a ring on my finger. Yeah, those are the two like big things. And a dog. I really want a dog.
You heard that?
He knows about it. We've had
pressuring you.
conversations about this. He knows.
Okay. Cool. For this one, I guess, second last question. Who do you look up to most? It could be more than one. Besides family, friends, it also could be a creator, or a marketing expert?
Besides family or family included?
Included.
I'd say my brother and my dad. My dad because he built he's at the moment he's doing whatever he wants to do. He's doing a lot of he works for himself in his home office, and then he managed to get us out of Russia because it was in a very unstable political state, more so now, and then give us these opportunities. And then he's grown a lot. He has a lot of cool opportunities where he is in the position to play around a little bit, test the waters, and then dive in or take a step back. And I really admire that. I think he's also very up-to-date and very modern, so he doesn't look down on me because I like social media, because I like marketing. He understands the potential of that, and it's a lot of support because he was strict on certain career paths, but the fact that I picked a more stable one, but it's still very creative, and he's fully supporting me and he's proud of me, I admire that, and I want to be like him. And I want to be like him in terms of work as well, where he's just working back at home in his office, has his own job schedule, he does whatever he wants, and then he's doing great. So I really like that. And I admire my brother because so we have a 12-year difference, so he's in a very different stage of life than me. But since I was young, I remember him starting different projects and startups, and he always saw different gaps in the market. And even if it didn't work out, looking back, it's still such a cool idea that he had. And now it's other companies took over that idea and it's better and bigger. But he was bouncing around and doing a lot of cool things. So it was very motivational and inspiring. And then he recently settled down at a company in Dubai. And even with that, it's paddle related, but he's making it his own, developing a software with his fiance. And I think that's really cool. It makes me feel very comfortable, the fact that he's 30-something and he's just found his path in life. And I can always rely on him because he's met a lot of different people, good and bad. So there's some times when I didn't listen to him, and I was in the position where I had my previous job, and he red flagged some of the people because he's had so many experiences. And I really appreciate that. Despite the difference, we're very close, and he looks over me as an older brother. In terms of work, marketing, I don't think I look up to anybody. I think I look up to the stronger version of myself, and maybe any creator that's on my feed, they look cool. I'm that's nice. I might take that idea and incorporate it into my own content. Yeah, but there's no one who's my idol other than my family members, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last question is there anything that you're excited about that's about to happen in the next few months or next year?
Yeah, next week, actually, I'm starting work. I'm excited for that.
Okay.
That's very unique. Not
what
unique.
About personal projects?
Personal projects? Let me think. I think at the moment I have nothing planned other than this. This is quite fun. I'm excited to see myself on camera. I guess with my new job, I'll have the opportunity to travel more, so maybe I can also film some behind the scenes for my personal account traveling wise. I'm currently finishing off, I'm halfway through a series called 25 Days in Hong Kong, where I explore Hong Kong, but also look back at some places that people kind of know, like Cat Street, PMQ. But PMQ and Cat Street have a lot of different things happening, and people forget about those things. It's so popular, people don't care about it anymore. So I'm kind of trying to explore everything. Something that's very popular, but you forgot about it. Something that just you haven't heard of before, exploring that in that sense. And I'm excited to come up with new ideas that can help me grow as a person and on my account as well, but I don't know what that is yet because actually I don't plan very far in advance. Every video that I post, I edit the day of or the day before. So I'm not very organized in that sense, but I'm just excited to get better at being in Hong Kong and then putting that online, and hopefully that helps a lot of new people in Hong Kong as well. Meet other people and see what they can do to make their life as comfortable as possible in such a foreign and fast-moving city. Yeah, I think so, but nothing concrete because I'm not a big planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later.
What's
job.
up, ladies and gentlemen? Here's part 2 of our interview.
I will find
She's
you
finally
5 years
one of the
later.
biggest girls around the world. She got 5 million followers.
Keep that in, and then 5 years later you can
Or
put
maybe
that
I'll
in
be
and
like,
we
ni
see.
hao.
Ni hao, and then I'll say something, Joe-san.
Yeah, we have a Cantonese and Mandarin
Hey-ho.
version. All right, cool. Well, I guess that's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kinetic Outcomes, Sasha, follow her.
Please.
We got
My
everything in the
content's really
description
funny.
box. Okay,
It's all funny.
cool. Well, awesome having you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Our aim is to provide value. So if you like what you watched, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'm also a financial advisor based in Hong Kong. So so feel free to check the description box for my details and email or DM. And if ever you need video and photography services, the phenomenal videos you're watching right now are filmed by 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗. Lastly, if you love hip-hop music, rap, R&B, singing, whichever that sounds amazing to your ears, because I always do a lot of experiments with it, feel free to drop by my channel at SCF Saint or Saint Crossfade. Appreciate you for being part of this episode and more to come. Till next time.